Hi, I'm Tommy Eisenberger.
And I'm Megan May, and we're both students here at NCCC in the Intro to Broadcasting class.
Our teacher, Mr. Feldball, felt it would be a good idea for us to come down to the studio and get some hands-on experience.
So as a class, we decided to put together a short program where each student was able to experience the different jobs in the studio.
To do it right, we had to come together as a team. And after the editing and the show was put together, we felt it was a success. And here's studio manager Jason Wrenchkowski to tell you more.
A lot of the classes come in here, the broadcasting class, and they kind of go through a crash course of what's all involved in TV production. We do a couple shows where someone will have a whole crew in the control room, directors, technical directors, audio, then out in the studio, camera operators, floor directors, and then there'll also be usually 2 to 3 people on set. They'll be doing their thing, and we'll kind of go through quickly of what's involved, teach basic camera operation, everything in back, the control room, how to switch live, how to someone actually direct, give all those directions and everything involved there, go through the audio board, and then how those positions all come together to actually put a decent show together. And they usually get a good feel for what it would be in the real world, and usually a different appreciation of then when they're watching TV, they're seeing maybe a news program or a studio show to see all the work that's involved, that it's not just magic and things don't just happen like that.
I find it interesting, like all the new technology, because I really don't know anything about all this, and it's all kind of new to me.
Then you fade it down at the end.
It wasn't that hard. I mean, it's just a couple buttons. I mean, it kind of throws you off in the beginning when you look at the soundboard and there's millions of buttons, and at the end, really, you're only going to end up using 3.
I did the teleprompter for the St. Patty's Day episode. A little harder than I expected. You had to time it and slow down with the people and actually pay attention to the show. I practiced a little, and they told me that they wanted it a little slower and told me to speed it up in certain times.
I really do like this class a lot. At first I was kind of iffy on it, but I really do like it. And I ran camera 2 during the show, and I actually really liked running the camera even though I didn't do a whole lot. I just liked standing there and being able to run a camera.
I was on camera 1. I ran the cameras, make sure everything looked good. It was alright. It was a little different than I thought. I thought maybe it was just moving, but there's a lot more the zoom and everything else and the focusing and making sure everything looks good. I think it was fantastic that we're actually getting our hands on, and we're going on a field trip to one of the news channels, and that instead of just sitting in a classroom and doing homework, we're actually getting out there and knowing what we're doing and experiencing everything.
I was in charge of camera 3, in charge of making sure it's in focus and make sure it's centered and that nothing was cut off on Nicole or Sean.
3, 2, 1, we're live.
Good morning and welcome to a very green edition of the Daily Dish.
I felt finally, we were getting some actual experience. I like this a lot. It's fun. We'd have to do sound checks. It's basically me and the director behind the scenes communicating, and we have to do sound checks and make sure all the cameras are focused, and I do a countdown in the beginning and then at the end, and then tell them to wrap it up when the show is over and everything. And now that I've had this experience, I've done it myself. Now I'm thinking of how everything is working on actual television. I know that the people who are being interviewed on television are going through the same thing that we're doing. I'm just really happy I took this class because I learned a lot.
My role was technical director. I did all the switching and stuff. I found the technical directing using the board back here was interesting. I knew it existed, but I didn't know how it worked or what was to be done or all that heavy stuff.
So the weather was nice out, not spring,
we
but
did
still
topic
nice
3,
out.
we did topic 1.
And I was taking my dog rollerblading.
Hi, I'm Matt Rogue. I was the producer for the Sean and Nicole show.
I'll do the 5-minute time. I'll give you a minute to tell them to start wrapping it up, give them a minute cue, and then I'll do a 3 down
Megan?
countdown.
What do I do with this? I don't want a black space on either side. I want it centered.
We're gonna check this.
Good, very good. She has look room to her right to see Sean, and there's a space. Honestly, I had no idea there was a director. I didn't know how it worked. I came down here and you know, saw how things were kind of panning out, and you know, like I said, I'm hands-on, so I just threw my 2 cents into it, and next thing you know, I'm directing the little show we're doing here in class.
Whenever you're ready, Tommy.
Is everybody ready out there? Does everyone know what's going on? Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. You're doing a million things at once. I'd say I can multitask pretty good, but this is extreme multitasking. I'm listening to sound, camera checks, people on the floor, the camera's looking, take this shot, take that shot, do this, and then my sound's changing. I gotta look at the camera, I got people on the floor, wrap it up, slow it down, speed it up. You need all the people you have, and all of them need to be doing their jobs at the same time in order for it to work right. I had no idea that there was a director and there was that much responsibility on my part. Like, I was just, you know, I jumped into what the teacher told me to do. I was good at it, I kept going, and you know, there's a lot of responsibility that I had no idea was there. There's no textbook that's gonna tell you how to run a camera. You need to get out here and put your headset on, get behind it, be explained on how to use it and use it. You need to get back there in the booth or the sound room or whatever it is where we're working, and you know, this is how this works, this is how this is gonna play. You're gonna have 10 seconds before it starts. You're gonna have to tell your sound man, bring up the sound. You know, tell your floor director, get ready, we're going live in 5, 4, 3, and it's all hands-on. And if you don't do it correctly, it doesn't work. And if you're not showed correctly, it's not gonna work. There's no textbook that could teach you how to do it. The girl, Nicole, she's one of the hosts for the show. I was with her in a lot of classes last semester. We kind of made I'd say kind of a relationship as friends, you know, and Sean, the other guy, I went to high school with him. I've known him for a long time. I mean, right now we're a class, we're a team. Together, everyone achieves more. So I want us to look as professional as possible.
I'm Nicole Beiser. My favorite part is definitely being on camera. I love it. I feel like I was made for it. We had one day only where we kind of switched roles, and I don't even know what I did. I did some control. There's nothing really else I want to do besides be on camera. I think most people, when you see this on TV, you just see, you know, these people, they make it look so easy. They're naturals. Maybe they're not naturals. I'm sure it took a lot of, obviously, education, practice. But it was a little nerve-wracking our first time live, and especially we didn't really have anything solid written down. We kind of ad-libbed it, but it ended up going really well. We had a few bullet points as to what we wanted to talk about, but generally we winged it totally. My co-host Sean and I talked a little about, we knew what we wanted to talk about, like Britney Spears, Chris Brown and Rihanna, just a few. Mostly everything we talked about was in the entertainment category, and that's what I really want to do.
I did a few debate topics and public speaking things in high school, but when it comes to being on camera, this is my first time. And I feel like we have a decent setup here at our school, and it gave us as real of a situation as we possibly could have. And I give like a lot more credit and appreciation to the people who really do this, because actually having the first hands-on experience really shows you how much really has to go into the process. The pressure definitely was a lot stronger than I had expected, but I feel like we all adapted to it pretty well and took on our roles and got the job done. When it comes to being on camera, I don't know if that's going to be my future. I mean, I definitely wouldn't ever rule it out, but I do want to continue in broadcasting. Broadcasting is just such a interesting and exciting thing to go into it.
Good morning and welcome to a very green edition of the Daily Dish. I'm your host, Nicole Beiser, and here we have a special guest today, Sean Daniel Capenhurst, who is also an Irish native. Thanks for being here, Sean.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
And happy St. Patrick's Day to you as well.
Thank you, Nicole.
So, Sean, what exactly is St. Patrick's Day?
Have a great St. Patrick's Day. If you're going to be drinking, be safe. Don't get behind the wheel. It's not worth it.
Yes, don't. Definitely be safe, have fun, and thank you so much for watching the Daily Dish. See you next time.
That's our show, and we've learned a lot.
We hope that you've enjoyed what we put together.
I'm Tommy Eisenberger.
And I'm Megan May.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.